Hey guys, how's it going? This is Algo Aspire here with you with the second video of how we did from the previous video. We did the chart setup of how to make $1,000 a day. I'm going to show you how do we do the trade, how we execute the setup, and it's going to get you $1,000 per day. Here we go. So first things first, we already have the chart set up. You already have your indicators in, and you're ready to go. You should already see your charts looking just like mine right now. No different. If you don't see the same thing, go back to the first video and redo whatever you have to do in order to make sure it looks the same exact way. We don't want to miss anything. You don't want to not have the indicator because this is easy money, easy strategy, easy setup. It is guaranteed to make you money. Guaranteed. First things first, we're going to wake up in the morning. It's going to be 9:30 or whatever time you wake up in the morning, but we're going to be looking at starting our trades anywhere between 9 o'clock 9:30. The market opens up at 9:30. First thing we're looking at is what is the trend of the 15-minute chart. And if you have your own type of style of looking for things of trends or whatever, that's fine, but I'm showing you how I do my trades, how I do this strategy, how I have my setup. So first things first is I look at the 15-minute chart and I look at the trend of the 15-minute chart. How do I determine the trend? I determine the trend based off the adaptive trend indicator. And here you can see this is Friday's chart. How this is Friday, um, um, uh, April 25th. This is what this date was, April 25th, Friday. Um, and we're looking at the trend here and looking at how the trend was pre-market. And so we know that we were bearish pre-market. Overall, we know that we're bearish on the overall, the larger time frames, we're bullish. But on this 15-minute chart, based off us doing our day trades, we're looking at it being bearish in that morning time. So here on this indicator, what I have it set up as on that adaptive trend, that is set up at 6, 14, and 2. That's how that's set up to find the trend. 6, 14, and 2. So I'm going to hold that there so you guys can really get that. 6, 14, and 2. Main length is 6. Smoothing length is 14. Sensitivity is at 2. And, I got the colors green. And I changed it to purple because the red was a little bit too much for me. So you can change it to red, whatever colors you guys want. Pick whatever you want, feel comfortable with. In order for me to make things a little less active on the charts, I just have it where I have just background color checked off, pane labels, labels on price scale and values and status. So now that you have that set up, that's cool. And then I go over to the other 15-minute chart. This is also a 15-minute chart, and I changed that one 10, 14, and 2. So here you go with that 10, 14, and 2. Is this adaptive trend flow settings. Then I have it on this 1-minute chart, the settings for this one on this JMA. This is the Jurek line settings. This is at 12, 15, 1, open, high, low, close, number 4. So this is getting you the average of the open, the high, the low, the close, and is dividing that by 4. That's what that's saying. That's what the source is, and it's giving you now this average line. And it's set at 12, 12, 15, and 1. So now I'm looking at the trend of the 15-minute chart, and that was bearish pre-market. In order for me to find where I need to know where on this chart should be my sell zone and my buy zones, my supply and demand levels, I go over to this time frame, same time frame, 15-minute chart, but I added some stuff on to this one in order to get a good idea of where buying and selling might be. Now, what I'm going to do is do a replay so you guys can see where I would look for it pre-market, because this now is giving you false information right now because the market already closed and it's already given out how much volume was traded throughout the day. So I'm going to go to where at on this candle here, how it looked during that time and what the volume was showing during that time. And so you see here how it shows the volume, how much selling was versus buying, and how much buying was versus selling. And we know that we were in a bearish trend here. Now this time frame, the reason why I have it set at 10 is because it gives more of less less noise whenever the trend is changing. This one is a faster trend change, but you'll be able to judge that once you start looking at the volume and understanding how to use that a little better. Um, but for right now, just understand, just have these settings on, and as time goes on, you'll see how we're trading this, and it's very simple. So I look at that, and you see how the order block, creates a sell zone. This bearish order block is a sell zone. So then I look at the volume and look at how much selling was versus buying, and you can see that there was only buying all in this area, nothing but selling. Sorry, nothing but mostly buying, and not much selling going on. So this made me understand that this is probably going to push higher and probably change trend on Friday. So I wasn't looking at really shorting so much. I did catch shorts. I did catch the two trades on Friday. They were very simple, very fast, paid out. And I'm gonna show you how I did it and why I did it. So whenever I saw this and I understood that this was still bearish trend, I understood. You see this big wick? I understand that I would now put my sell zone here, and then I'm gonna go to a larger time frame. So I draw it out just like this. Color it red, because for me that's determining a sell zone. That's a sell zone there. And now I move to a larger time frame because this is showing too much buying going on. So I know that this is probably going to push up into this level because there's nothing but buying down in this area, really. And you can see some selling down here, but it's creating support. This is a bullish order block. And you can see that there's a lot of support here. So it's kind of conflict of interest. I knew we were going to probably consolidate because there's so much selling down here and buying up here. So it was just telling me that we were going to consolidate, but it should still push into some type of sell zone and still get rejected for me to make some money on this. So I moved this to a larger time frame, which was a 30-minute time frame, and then I looked to see where we're selling versus buying in this range, and you see how there wasn't much selling; it was mostly buying. Then I moved over to a 1-hour time frame, and then that's when you still see uh, uh, mostly buying again. So I just keep on moving up until I get to uh, an area of where I can see where it makes sense of where selling should get rejected from. And this is giving us false information. I'm sorry, I can't really give you guys uh, the exact levels, unfortunately, of where they short at, because this is not printing out the volume properly, correct, right now, unfortunately. It was showing on the 1-hour chart, as I remember, that it was actually down in this range here, where this fair value gap, um, was the area that I was targeting for a sell zone. And the reason why is because it's bearish order block. So whenever I see a bearish order block, I look for the next fair value gap um, on that 15-minute chart or the 30-minute chart, 1-hour chart. A lot of times I look for it on the 15-minute chart because we like to trade the trend of the 15-minute chart. Now go halfway of that order fair value gap. So went to the bearish bearish order block, and then you can see halfway of this fair value gap is usually what I target. You could target the whole thing, but that could get you into a trade unnecessarily. But it's not. Once you could still target the whole thing here, just like that. And once we target that whole thing, we'll see that we could probably take a trade here. Get the whole thing, because you can see part of it was missing right there. So that fair value gap plus this big wick, all this should be a sell zone based off a larger time frame. So now I'm looking at it like this. Now anytime that price runs into here, once I set up my 15-minute chart, then I'm moving on back over to the 1-minute chart. So once I set up my buy and sell zones on the 15-minute chart, if I'm bearish, I'm really just setting up the sell zone. I just want to look for one direction. I'm just looking for shorts, no buys. So I'm just looking for it to get rejected from this level and push down for me to catch my short. So now whenever I go to a 1-minute chart and you replay this to the morning time, right around here, And let's just say this is the, you're waiting for the 930. Now here's the key rules. You don't trade anything other than red or orange candles. Red has to come first. 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 Red is going to be for shorting or buying. If we're in a bullish trend, we're looking for red candles to show or orange candles to show. If we're going for a bearish trend, we're looking for red candles to show, orange candles to show. Nothing else. That's the only candles we're trading. We're not trading yellow, the blue, gray. We're not trading any of that. We're only trading red or orange. Red has to come first though. So you see how you have yellow and then orange? So if this closed below, we're not taking that trade. And we also have to hit that sell zone. You do not take a trade unless it hits the sell zone. So we're going to play this out. And I'm going to show you how quickly you're going to make money. I know you guys might be saying, "Oh, this is easy because it's a replay." So you see how we hit that sell zone? Now we close below. Once we close below this Jurek line, as soon as that candle closes, we're grabbing right at open of the next candle. So at 9:32, you want to grab right at that open. As soon as that candle appears, you end that short. And usually you should have a countdown over here. And as soon as it hits 0, I'm in that short. So I'm going to hit a short now because it moves so fast. So I'm going to hit a short now. And you'll see that even if it does open up a little higher, it's okay because we already know that it's going to push down. But you're going to normally set your stop loss above this previous high. Sorry, I got to do that again. I did TP. Stop loss is going to be above the previous high. And then TP, you're looking at a $25 move. Now, this might seem off for a lot of people. During this time, it's very volatile. So you have to give it some room and understand that your losses could be greater than your profits that we're targeting. But you're always looking for a $25 move, which it equals one contract of $500 in profit. You could still go for one, but understand during this time, it's very volatile. This is what I normally do is a 1-for-1, 25-25 stop loss. During this time in the morning, I always go with the previous highs because the volatility is so much higher. I'm not sure why it's doing this. The volatility is so much higher, so it tends to make stronger moves than it needs to, and it could stop you out unnecessarily before really paying you. So you really want to be above this previous high during this time, this 9:30 time. Once it hits around 10 o'clock, it starts slowing down a little bit unless there's 10 o'clock news. But usually I do 1-for-1. But during this time, again, you want to be above the previous high. And based off of it having this extreme high volume, that's what this is saying. This is extreme high volume. Based off of it having extreme high volume and getting rejected from our sell zone, chances of this going up, turning around to stop us out is extremely unlikely that it will do that to stop us out of this trade, us targeting a $25 move. Now, most people would probably target the previous lows or previous highs, and you could do that too. Once you guys are trading and modify the strategy to your liking, that's fine. I always target $25 moves. If you notice, NQ really only just moves anywhere between $10 to $30 on average. So I want to be in that average range of how it moves. I don't want to be above it on any decent trend that it normally does. Again, during this time, things get a lot stronger. So we could see $50 moves in this time. But no matter what, I always go for my $25 move. So here we go. We got this play, and once you play it out, this thing moves very fast. See, so it's like I wouldn't have been able to trigger the trade. This replay happened so fast. That's why I just pressed it right away. Even if it did open up higher, it would have been fine. Obviously we can see the charts, but this is the trade I caught. I caught it right here, right at open, and it literally paid pretty quickly on that trade. And then I just got out the trade. Now the sell zone doesn't change. We're still bearish. If you were watching the 15-minute chart, you'd have seen that we were still bearish as this was playing out in real time. So now we hit that sell zone again, and now it gives me another opportunity. As soon as we close below that Zurich line again, I'm looking for that short. I'll let it play out this time to see what it can do for us. Close below, and I'm in the short. And then boom, you got your $500 once you set your stop loss in TP. I'm telling you, this strategy is beautiful. It pays all day, every day. All day, every day. Just make sure you look at your buy and sell zones. That is the main key to this. That's all it is. Buy and sell zones, and you're going for a $25 move. You set your stop loss, and that's it. It's easy, easy. And as you let this play out, you're going to be upset that, oh, I could have made so much more money if I let this run down to the previous low. But imagine you trying to let this run down to this previous low. You'd have got stopped out and you'd lost $900. And then you'd have got this trade. Yes, you would have got your money back, but I'd rather just be able to make 500 right here and 500 right here. Done. You don't have to be greedy. You don't have to try to force it into a level. We understand where it's going. That's all we want to know. Where is it going? Where is it coming from? It's coming from the sell zone. Where should it be going? It should be going down to this previous low. But we don't know if it's going to do that. Nobody knows that. We just have an idea if that's where it's supposed to be going. So if it's supposed to be going in that direction, then I can grab that short and I could definitely target what it normally wants to run, which is anywhere between $10 to $30. So let me get anywhere in between there. So you guys could change your rules, your TPs to $15 moves if you want to. Whatever you want to do, that's fine. I always do 25, 25 and 25. If it is running up $25 on a normal, normal volume, then, and let's see how it ran into this zone again, and then it closed below, you would have got this short right here. Closed below this Zurich line, into the trade right here, and it was getting a little sketchy. It turned around and then paid. Came all the way back down, hit this previous low. And again, guys, all you have to do is go back to the previous video. I'm going to show another video of these numbers to be a lot more precise. I'm going to shoot another video, but I showed you guys the strategy. If you guys have any questions, if you guys need any review, if you guys need me to go over this again, please hit it in the comments. Don't be afraid. Say what you got to say. If I'm not clear enough for you, please let me know so I can make this clear. I want everybody to make money. Times are rough. Times are tough. Times are tough. And if we could win in whatever way we can, then let's do it. Let's just get this money. Let's get the money. Who cares? However we got to do it. Whatever strategy it takes to make this money, let's get it. However much money you want to make per day, following a strategy every time it presents, take it. You don't have to cap yourself. I cap myself at 2 trades a day. You don't have to cap yourself at that. You can cap yourself at 4 trades a day. You could just say every time it presents, I'm in the trades, and that's it. So, and then you could go in with more than just one contract. You could be in with 3 contracts, 5 contracts, whatever it is that you need to do to make that big money. I like to do 1 contract a day. It allows me to be sane. It allows my mental space to be clear. It allows me not to feel nervous in the trade. It allows me to just move forward in trading. And if you get nervous of NQ, go to MNQ. That's a lot cheaper. That's going to be only $2. We could do the same thing. I'll show you that in the same areas, trading MNQ, because it's going to do the same exact thing as NQ, just at a micro. Yes, a micro, while the NQ is a mini. So we do replay, and let me show you how the money looks on that one. So if we play this out, pause it once you see the profit. So now you're looking at $50. People say that's not a lot of money. Okay, well, it depends on when your account is at. Everybody's account is different. So that is a lot of money depending on where your account is at. And after a while, this is going to increase. If you're making $100 a day versus $1,000, that's still $500 a week. That's an extra $500 a week on top of your paychecks or whatever you're doing. If this is your job, then that's extra. That is $500 a day, which is $500 a week. and easy money. And this might make you feel even more comfortable trading it, because if you get stopped out, you're only losing 90 bucks on a major, reversal. And I try to not exceed 10% of my account. So a lot of people doing top, funded accounts and from Top Step and my funded trades and Apex. There's a lot of different funded accounts that you guys could get into to where this might make it even more comfortable for you. And I'll put that on another video. But for right now, this is it. Those are the two. Really, I trade NQ. That's the contract I trade NQ. But yeah, that's it, guys. This is the strategy. I'm gonna shoot more videos. I'm gonna start shooting it live starting Monday. As you're gonna see me taking real trades, and then we just play it back whenever you guys want to see. And I'm gonna post those videos every single day, and I want you guys to see how my account grows trading this strategy. I might even start a funded account. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start a funded account so you guys can see how that works. I'm going to do payouts. I'm going to follow all the rules that they have in there, and I'm going to show you guys the rules of the strategy and how well this strategy works and how you can get funded and pass combines and all that other stuff. And with the strategy, you could pass combines without a doubt. You just got to wait for the strategy to show, and it's that simple. Finding the sell zones, finding the buy zones, making sure the trend, following the trend on a 15-minute chart, um, is the main answer, and then you're just finding the buy or sell zones, and then you're executing the trade on a 1-minute chart. So yeah, that's it, guys. Look forward to the next video. The next video is going to be posted on Monday. I'm going to be doing live trades, so your real trades, real time trades. You guys are going to see. I'm not going to try to hide anything. I'm going to show you the real stats of everything, so you guys could be, I'll be transparent with everything. So get ready for that video on Monday. Guys, again, anything you want to talk about, any questions, put it in the comments below. And please subscribe, like the video. I check you guys. Thank you.